Good morning. I am higher vibrations and so are you. And I'm so excited to have today's conversation. There before I get started tonight, I just want to remind everybody there's a lot of energy going on right now. We got a lot of stuff happening. And so if you're feeling a lot of uh, uncommon or increased ascension symptoms, you're not alone. We'll probably go into that a little bit more in the discussion today, though. I just want to introduce my guest. It's it's not very common that someone reaches out to be in the show and I'm just like, I know you should come. And I felt that experience with Caz. I was so excited to get your email actually. um
Yeah.
so this is our introductory conversation, so y'all are kind of watching us meet each other. So I'm just going to introduce her and say I'm so happy for you to be here. Welcome. How are you?
I'm delighted to be here and have been I'm good, like we were just saying, on the fly. Juggling all the balls still. But yeah, been nudged for a little while to reach out to you, but also is that to be seen.
Hmm.
It's like, come on now.
Yeah.
I did this sort of thing a few years ago, and then it's been like, get in your life, do your life. You've got some stuff to do and to sort out and to release and to clear and all and to feel.
Mhm.
um, and that's sort of been enough. Crazy, hasn't it? It's been crazy few years.
Yes, it really has.
And then it's like, okay, that little nudge, you really should go and chat to so and so, and maybe this might be a good idea. And then I've sort of gone. The other day, it was just like, right, I switched on just as you were talking. I think it was on one of the Sunday meetings, and I don't always get to them live because of the time difference. It's a bit
Mhm.
later. And
Yeah.
just as I'd switched on, I was really into whatever it was you were talking about. And then you said, and if anybody wants to be a guest on the show, and I was like, okay, I get it.
That's
So,
a sign.
hi.
Yay. Awesome. Well, welcome. And so you're in
Very much.
England. That's the difference in the time.
Mm, yeah.
And man, there's a lot of stuff going on energetically over there right now too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just think it's just everywhere, isn't it, for
It
all of
is.
us? Yeah. It's all, yeah, it's collective. But yeah, we've again, see, I'm sort of working more in the community now, and I'm seeing the people around me start to it's almost like I feel like we're the calm in the storm.
Yeah.
It's that we're having to stay
Yeah.
while you can see, okay, well, that shit's going on over there and that shit's going on over there, and
Mhm.
they're just having a complete breakdown. And um, but also having some of that also happening in my own life,
Yeah.
but then being guided to make the higher choice
Yeah.
and or shed another layer.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then
And
step into
merging
the shinier version.
and fitting as it is that we're in the year of the snake, it's the shedding of the skin, right?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. That's been coming up a lot lately. I've noticed as well with memories of things that, again, like I was having conversations, and even on my own YouTube channels, we sort of went through that whole time of I got booted off Facebook like you.
Uh-huh.
I got my Facebook account deactivated overnight, and then had to just find my way and set up new and do all things differently. And I'd sort of been doing coaching, so had set up a YouTube channel, but all of the email addresses were connected, and so sort of doing this before. But I feel like it's sort that was all sort of training to go now. Oh, you need to move. That my experience has been to just keep moving forward and surrender,
Yeah.
have faith, surrender, keep moving forward, creating new. I'm quite creative. So it's like, okay, we'll set it up again then. This is
Yeah.
why I've got several YouTube channels now.
Yeah, and I'll actually grab a couple, and every once in a while you'll see them pop up underneath as under the
Mm,
comments here. Um,
yeah.
I actually did want to kind of introduce a little bit of like, let's give a little bit of a background because I mean I have the background, but and I added some of it into the description of this video though. Um,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, this is one of the questions everybody asks each other in the spiritual community. I roll my eyes because we have so many of them. There's not one really exact date of our awakening, but if you had to kind of draw a line of like around the time that you started to become more aware and doing things in a more intentional way spiritually as you do now, when
Yeah,
about was that, do you think?
there's been several,
Yeah.
as there is. From a child, I remember, even I remember saying to my mum, I've got this feeling something's going to happen, and I couldn't say, what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. What something's going to happen, and I don't know whether that thing that was going to happen ever transpired. So there was those sort of childhood things, but then 2000 and my life was sort of, well, looking back, it was always quite, there was stuff. There was lots of stuff. Single mom, that all of that sort of childhood training, I sort of think now. And then 2009, my mum died from an overdose of prescribed drugs.
Wow.
So yeah, and I found her. So
Wow.
and at
Sorry.
that time, so I'd sort of learned a lot about mental health, and
Yeah.
with trying to help and support her. And I've always done things a little bit differently anyway. I've always sort of, just sort of always had an interest in other things, and always very sort of spiritual. And there is more than this, and have that feeling like I'm here to do something.
Mhm.
But in that, so on the build up to that, she'd had several breakdowns and all of that. So I was sort of learning about all of this stuff, like the practical things, if you like,
Yeah.
the 3D-ness of it.
Yeah.
And then so in 2009, that sort of, I see that as a catalyst for, it was a dark night of the soul moment, really.
Oh yeah.
And so even though I wasn't aware that's what it was at the time, and
Mhm.
it was almost like my brain, I knew people who were really poorly and had beautiful parents that they would have, that might have passed, and that they would have given anything to still be there. And suicide is very taboo
Yeah.
in being able to speak of, even still now can be quite difficult to talk about in several ways. So that, lost my train of thought for a minute.
It's a lot to talk about. That's a,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that was, I didn't feel like I was able to grieve. So my understanding at that time was, that I went into complicated grief, they call it.
okay.
But like I say, spiritually now understand it to be something that's a little bit different.
Right.
But so I didn't really grieve. I went into overdoing, overgiving, and those codependent patterns
Uh-huh.
and then started learning about that. I was
Yeah.
also married to a compulsive gambler.
Oh my god.
My friend calls one of my friends who live in Scotland calls me a hobnob. She says, "You're like, dunk me again." But I think a lot of us are. I think a
Yeah.
lot of us who've taken this road less travelled,
Yeah.
I think we're all the hobnobs,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that
and
hobnob.
dunk me again. Yeah. So that was so mum. So that was and I see it now as, in my story, the gift for the collective,
Mm.
because I may not have done the things had she not done that in that way.
Yeah.
I think, and also to bring attention to it and be able to speak to it and speak about it in an open way. I think that's really important. I feel that's really important, especially in the times that we're in.
Uh-huh.
So then in 2012 was another one. There's these sort of significant
Yeah.
times. I had I was in a car crash where I think that might have been a choice point for me. A
Yeah.
very bad car crash. I was
Yeah.
driving, and the car just started to go like this, and the suspension fell out of the car. And we tipped on our side. So my daughters were in the car with me and a friend. And so we tipped onto driver's side, and I was dragged along the road for about, I think they said about 80 feet. So I had, and the police that arrived on the police that arrived on the scene thought that they were driving into a fatality. So I sort of feel, and we all managed to get out, and I was the most damaged.
Everybody?
Yeah, we all got out. We all got out. The girls had a bit of a whiplash and minor cuts on their feet. They had more emotional reactions to that. I just remember my youngest daughter, I think she was about 7 at the time, and she was like, "Mummy, don't die." You know, it was like one of those, she was screaming, and they remember me going, "Is everyone all right?" You know, just like completely dazed. And yeah, I had to have skin grafts. I've got sort of lucky to have my arm, lucky to be here. I definitely feel like,
is that your left arm or your right arm?
It's my right.
The divine masculine side. Oh my gosh,
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How interesting is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
after
your arm. And you move your arm so well. That was detached, or?
Yeah, it wasn't detached. It was just or I don't know if you can see. Look at me showing my war wounds now. So it's actually, my scar has ended up in a bit of a shape of a heart here on my elbow. Cool. But it's, and I've got scarring all the way up the arm, but it was cut to the bone.
Oh my gosh.
And then I had to have skin grafts taken from my thigh, and then put onto my arm. So, and it's healed quite well. Really well, actually.
You can barely see it, really. It just, the color of or the way the light reflects off it.
Yeah. But that made me stop after going after mum passing, and not allowing myself to feel that. I always said it was the best dose of counselling I ever had, because I never actually had any counselling or spoke to anyone about what I experienced with my mum. So I think, and it made me rest. I had to recover, I had to heal, and I did do that quite quickly. But I do feel that was, and my husband, we were still married at the time, and he even said, "There's no way you should have survived that. You're here to do something special." So, you know, not that I'm more special than anyone else, but it sort of ticked the box. Oh, bless you. Thank you for that lovely comment I just saw pop up. Thank you. So those two big events, and then in relationally, which I find has been a lot for me as well, where I've learned a lot, or been part of awakening and understanding and realizing where it's more about what I need to do rather than what's happening outside of me.
Right.
Is when I realized how bad the gambling addiction of my husband was, in 2016, and I looked up how to support my compulsive gambler husband, and it basically said, "You do you." You needed to detach from the behavior, which is, funnily enough, what I'd always sort of been like with my children, as in having the knowing that their behavior when they're acting out. This is not something that I was taught. Have I frozen?
I've frozen. Can you hear me?
You've frozen. I can hear you. Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get it back. I was trying to highlight your other link, and now my whole internet's frozen into this.
Do you need to do something? Do you need me to stop talking?
No, I can hear you if you want to keep going.
Okay. You look lovely frozen.
Okay, good. I'm not picking my nose or something.
No. So that was the sort of again the 3Dness, if you like, of, okay, I need to take care of myself, I need to take care of my children, but then realized about codependent patterns of behavior and was learning some understanding about that, and how to sort of go within and start to change, do that work. That encouraged me to do the work and the healing on myself, I think.
Right.
So those were the sort of three main catalysts, I would say. And then there's been deaths and rebirths, all, joyful all along the way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A hard landing.
Yeah. And it's almost been the dunk me again. Sometimes I wonder whether I'm being messed with. And then I think, well, even if I am, it's all par for the course, isn't it? It's all part of what is my experience. So
Right.
it's just keep moving forward. It's been, great. And this past few years, even, I mean, if that wasn't crazy enough, since 2020, which was another sort of awakening, because I knew something was coming. We all sort of knew something was coming, but who knew that's what it was going to be?
Right.
And then it's like, oh yeah, jump into action. And then met a new partner, and then that came with its own load of, okay, now we're going to reveal this, and now we're going to learn this, and now we're going to really get to the nitty gritty of what's going on. And I really feel like it's the karmic cycles, the karmic patterns of behaviors and the ancestral healing and all of that really
Right.
sort of resonate with what I've learned that to be, and my own inner feeling of that as well. So yeah. There we go. It's a lot, and there's more.
Yeah. Am I still frozen, by the way?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. I still haven't been able to figure out how to make it go back, but at least you can hear me.
Yeah.
Wow. It's really interesting too, is those years fit along a common, those are really common awakening
Yeah.
years, or around the
Yeah.
same time. And so once you had that like intense motion through all of that, then that led you to, because I mean, what I see is someone, like, you're so full of joy and balance and
Oh,
life, and an example of the goal that most of us have, and how did you get there? Like from that to here, like, I know you're a practitioner in many different disciplines. And
yeah.
would you like to, discuss some of that journey with us?
So yeah, thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you all as well. I can see it's so lovely. You can see I've not been on this streaming service before, so it's just, I can see the comments popping up. So hi everyone, and thanks so much for the lovely things that you're saying and supportive. It's really lovely. I think so I've definitely been victim. I've definitely been in the really, really low. I think there was a point where I think probably the crash, like I say, made, because I could have gone the same way. I've been depressed. I've taken antidepressants. I've done all of that, but then all of a sudden I can't even think what it was. I think other than the crash, and then I had to take prescribed drugs myself for pain, but then just started to have little nudges along the way, and came to, oh, what did I do? Because I wanted to make changes. That's right. So I did Spirit Junkie Masterclass at one point with Gabrielle Bernstein. Came along there and was doing coaching and stuff like that, and that's when I came upon EFT, and that's been transformative for me. I mentioned it in the chat on Sunday, that, oh, is Pamela completely gone now? Are you still there, Pamela? Oh, she's gone. I'll wait for her then. I won't waffle on everyone and wait for Pamela to come back. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, I hope she gets back all right. Do you think I should keep talking, maybe? I don't even know. No, wait for her. My computer turned off. I'm coming back. She's coming back. She's coming back. Brilliant. This is my phone. Okay. Do I need to log off as well then maybe? Please keep talking, I hear you. Okay, brilliant. Okay. So, this is so weird. Yeah, so I was looking to do some self-development and going along those lines, and found EFT. That has transformed for me. I love it because I can practice it myself, because it's instant, because and then I have been able to share it with my children, with my community, and it has helped me identify what's happening within me and take accountability and responsibility for my own healing. I think that's the first time I realized and learned that I could do that. Even still, you know, I think we all dip into the victim mode of things, but it's just been a really good tool for me along the way, and so yeah, so that was part of the journey. And then as I've gone along, I've channeled things, and I've written. I'm very creative. I like to write. Like I say, hey, there we go. She's back.
Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm so happy that it works. I was listening to you. Please keep going. I didn't want to cut you off.
Okay. And then yes, because but EFT is not very well known still, even though it's linked to acupressure and ancient Chinese medicine and all of that, and you're activating acupressure points and helping you release. It's still not really known in the Western world. So I also had an interest in hypnotherapy. So you've got to always have the certificate, and I'm not a great one to have certificates, although I do have mine on the wall because it's something that I worked for. And I've got a little bit of pride, and I think that's almost a thing as well of celebrating me for doing something for myself. That I have it up there, not really for any other reason than that. So I trained to be a hypnotherapist. Because that's more known, even though people still go, oh yeah, you know, they see it with the, you know, the stage show hypnotism. So I went down that and trained in that. And actually what they said when I did it, because I found a beautiful school in Somerset where I live, which is actually, I was going to say to you, is on the Michael line from Glastonbury.
No way.
Yeah. So where I live, I'm right smack back in the centre of town, which I never thought that I would be and never really wanted to be. But it's like, this is where you need to be. And I feel like, because I've moved several times, and it's like, this is where you need to be now, and this is where you need to be now. So I've just come to the place where I go, okay, yeah, surrender to that, and this is where I need to be. And but it's still on the Michael line. And
wow.
Yeah. So that's interesting as
That's
well,
so
isn't it?
fun.
It's like bringing the light where it needs to be, I feel.
Yeah.
Because even though I've trained in these
And the
modalities,
blue ray of it.
Yeah. No, please do. There's a bit of a lag, isn't there?
I'm sorry, there's a lag.
Yeah.
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 The blue ray, I really do actually feel a strong blue and pink ray that comes from you. So I think that's really fascinating that you're on the blue ray line.
Oh, really?
You also have that like powder pink, that fairy floss cotton candy pink. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fluffy cat cloud pink.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's like the Mother Mary energy that comes together with it.
Yeah, I'm very drawn to I was reading a book and then it disappeared, or I was listening to an audiobook, which was the grandmother of Jesus, Anna, grandmother of Jesus. And it's beautiful book. It's so gorgeous. And was just absolutely absorbed in it. I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
really, really beautiful book, and then it disappeared from, I think it was on YouTube that I was listening to it, or some sort of streaming service. But yeah, really just beautiful. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is
Excuse
spirit
me.
here?
Yeah, actually, it's been crazy this whole time. By the way, the reason that it didn't work was I wasn't supposed to share your other one. I don't know why. This all happened when I all froze up. It was when I was trying to get your other website
Oh,
and your other, and they were just like, I maybe just because we don't want to complicate things. I will put it all in the description of the video
yeah.
after we're done
Which one
streaming
was it that
this.
you were trying to share? Adosa.
So I have a dosa on, and so it's the other one.
Own your shit.
Like, don't lose your shit or something like that. I can't. What's it called?
Own your shit.
Own your shit. Yeah, I love it. And actually, some of you may remember her in the audience because every time that she's said anything, I've always been like, I like your name.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
But
So I've got you,
yeah,
Caz Kelly,
love,
YouTube.
sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. Go on.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've
Go
got,
ahead. I'm just
I'll go.
going slow for some reason.
I've got Caz Kelly was my original one, and I've got a couple of hundred subscribers on there. But when I got taken off Facebook, lost access to the email address because I actually had a whole business going on there that was coaching and tapping and all of that stuff called Future Positive Life at the time. So lost my business, lost my connections, lost everything. And that was that 2020, 2021? So it was like, and so then it was like, eventually found Telegram from that.
Yeah.
So that YouTube channel is still there, and I watch from that one, but I don't get any comments or notifications because I haven't got access to the email address anymore.
Okay.
I don't know how it allows me to stay logged in. And then Own Your Shit is the brand that I created with my little I Am fam. Which is so that's come out of the things that I've done. I've got it's all helped me along my way, that creative journey, the creative side. I had a friend who once said, oh, you've got another business card, and I've always been a bit entrepreneurial and done things, and I'm not bothered about failing. I'll try something, and if it doesn't work, it's like, okay, lean into, okay, what's next, keep moving forward. And crashed a lot, crashed and felt absolutely awful, and just still doing the do as we do. And then I had Heart's Connection, but then along the way, I can't even remember what happened to that now, but I lost that as well. So last year, in a serendipitous, amazing occurrence, I'd just done a 21-day tapping challenge on TikTok because it was the only place that I could get on to do lives.
Yeah.
And I would get up at 8 o'clock in the morning because, the repetition and the 21 days is where you break a pattern and a cycle, isn't it? So, and you form the new neural pathways in the brain. So I was like, right, I'm going to do this tapping challenge. And I did it on TikTok, and that was challenging in itself. And I go through my whole, that's available on Own Your Shit YouTube channel. But my whole journey through that 21 days, because there were people who were mean on there, and it was like, I hadn't experienced that. I did in 2020 a little bit with people being mean, even when we were just being kind.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I do.
And just seemed to trigger people just by being.
Yeah.
So did this 21-day tapping challenge, and just as I was approaching the end of it, I'd had this experience with somebody just being absolutely awful and barraging me, and I couldn't even focus on what I was doing very well. Thought, I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to do it. And then at the time, I was sort of in a bit of a wobbly place anyway. with regards to, I don't know what happens next. I don't know what comes next. It's just, you know, I'd had to do a job. I'd moved a couple of times and was doing a job that I didn't really like because, and then got sacked. Again, I think because I was too honest. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, because I was a dancer, I always loved to dance. I used to teach dance. I'm a choreographer as well. So that sort of thing. I've always had that creative side. And I just got this random message from this lovely lady that I know who used to teach Zumba Gold, which is for the active older adult, they call it. Over 50s, basically.
The Golden Girls, right?
The Golden Girls, yeah, definitely. And she basically had a taught different FL exercise was another thing, and she just basically messaged me and said, I want to retire with my husband, but I've got this lovely community that I've been running for 10 years, and I just sat up. She literally, this is what she said. She said, I sat up, I've been thinking, who can I pass this community on to? Because it's not really the business, it's the community. And she said she just got sat bolt upright in bed and was like, Caz Kelly. She said, she knew him from doing theatre and performing arts stuff. And it was just like, there you go, 21-day challenge. You've just been through all of this stuff.
Wow.
Have this gift. How beautiful is that? I'm like, so honestly, so blessed. It was amazing. And I sort of feel like that, you know, it's just been a gift. Any time that I get to the point where I go, right, I've got nothing that I can do other than surrender, let go, whether it's of a pattern of behavior, people, person, places, things, it's been that, like, let it go, surrender, and then something literally magical happens. Yeah. And so now I get to dance every day.
Yay.
And I have integrated the tapping practices and the energy healing practices into the dance movement.
Oh my God.
Which is brilliant for me. I've come back into balance as a result where I was out of balance. So it's helping me heal ongoing. And just and this community of women, it's all women. And quite a lot of them, this is where I said about being the calm in the storm, because quite a lot of them they've made, in 2020, made some questionable health choices. But are now seeing the ramifications of that. But even if it's not necessarily them, it's their husbands. Quite a few of husbands have passed. So when you and Elsa talk about the bridge and Dr. Joe, I did a chat with him a few years ago.
I love
we keep saying we're going to do it again, but we haven't for a little while, because he's actually from where I was originally born.
Oh wow.
He lives where I was born.
Right on.
How interesting is that? And then we met each other online.
Yeah. There's no randoms, right?
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, I've been waffling on for ages.
You had so much I actually want to have, I have follow-up. That's really, I love that you have, there was a moment where I might ask a question that you already highlighted, and there was a moment where I didn't hear some of it when you began talking about the tapping. First of all, did you explain to people what that is exactly?
No, I didn't.
Would you please, for those of us in the audience that don't?
Yeah. And fun, just before I do, you said about pink glow. My hair was pink. So most of this is natural, but there's bits on the end that are still a bit bleachy because it was pink for a little while.
Wow. That's fun. You really have like this like undertone glow, like there's a tint of this pink in every part of your energy. It's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. A lot of blue too, though. And then there's excuse me, go on.
Yeah, no, go.
There's a purple that I don't know if it's because they overlap, and it's the Vesica Pisces part, where they're pink and the blue, but it it's there's that's your aura that I'm seeing right now. I just wanted to, it's fun to see, because a person's aura, it also tells them how they're feeling in the moment. And when you're sharing this dancing, the pink came out really strong. It was like really, and then the purple was stronger too. So it's like that's the transmutation. Again,
Yeah.
that's snake. Snake is transmutation in the native
Yeah.
traditions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
yeah,
and that thing I'm feeling more and more lately is the just people, but it doesn't matter what I'm doing with the leg. It's good for me to show up every day
yeah,
and to dance and to move, and that's helping me heal. And
yeah,
it's the thing of them. It doesn't matter what you say. It's just being in the energy. And actually, because what I get them to do as well is to look up, to look each other in the eye, to engage in that way. So
yeah,
all of those things that we've been cut off from doing, the monkeys,
yeah.
um, it's
The
it's
new
look
one's
up.
looking down at the phone too. Have you seen that one?
Yes, yes, yeah. And that some of some of them are much older. I've got a really broad range of over 50. But yeah, a broad range there. But it's encouraging them to do all of those things so that they are shedding their layers as well. But I don't think it really matters. It's just the being together in community again and feeling that glow of energy of what each bring. I'm inspired by them every day, because I think they've lived. They might have made choices that I might not have wanted for them, but I'm also honor their journey and the things that they've been through, and that's the same with my children, because similarly for them in 2020, two of them were adult enough to make choices for themselves, and have made choices that we fell out about.
Yeah,
So, and it was, I've got to honor their journey. I taught them to make wise choices, and they were battered from every angle
yeah,
into corners, and it was like all of a sudden, mum's the quiet little voice in the corner that just is being absolutely overpowered by everyone else, everything else. But it's honor their journey, on a soul level. There's some reason why they've had to go this way.
right.
And same
All
for
things
me.
can be transmuted. Sorry, I cut you off. Excuse me.
No, no.
All things can be transmuted. I actually asked this question specifically regarding the jab in 2020, and I got a response that I was surprised to have. And instead of talking specifically about what I was talking about, it included that, but more, it encompassed all things that we put into our bodies: medications, processed foods, weird,
Yeah.
whatever it is that's in there. We can transmute
Mm.
all things. It is, though, not as much as we would say about like your accident. By the way, I have a couple of those stories. It's
Oh,
crazy
yes.
to have those in common. And I saw in the audience there people are like, yep. Um, but there's other kinds of choice points that have to do more with like going back to sleep, you know,
Yeah.
and as these choice points come, um, it's up to that person. It's giving them that choice point. I mean, these different things that have happened,
Yes.
different like antidepressants, ADHD, and this and that.
Mm-hmm. All the
Age,
labels.
right? You get to a certain age, you're meant to be medicated. It's like, oh, you're going through
Yeah.
menopause. Here, have some
Mm-hmm.
pills. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah.
had so many people that I've talked to over the years. That's been their, like, that's the other side of their awakening, is realizing how much these different medications, the turmoil, the
Yeah.
havoc it's wreaked on their body.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and tapping, this is something I don't
No,
really
yeah,
know a
sorry.
lot about, but I do know some about that. It's one of those things that keeps coming back up, and like
Yeah.
Would you, in fact,
Yeah,
would you mind giving us a a small demonstration? I don't need you to.
of
I think it's really
course.
cool you
Yeah,
introduce dance. I
no,
don't
that's
expect you
okay.
to dance.
I'm glowing so hard right now as well. I've got so hot. The energy is amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun in this room. I
Need to
love this
take a
container.
moment. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. Very grateful. um, right, so emotional freedom techniques. So we tap on 9 acupressure points on the top half of our body. Okay, and the reason why I love it so much is because I teach it for have you gone off there, or have you done
I'm here
that on
still.
purpose for the
I'm.
screen?
Well, I can come back if you want. I'm just making you because you're demonstrating. Is that
Okay, okay.
okay?
So, and what we do, so the first, I'll tell you as we go with the points. So you've actually got obviously energy meridians. Oh, shall I get my visual aid out, Mila? Do you
Sure.
think? Okay, so you can. I just showed Mila this earlier. So this is called a toroid. Okay,
Oh,
so it starts off like this, and actually used to. Oh, it looks like the rings on the back of on your
oh yeah.
display on the back. Okay, when it's like that, it does. But and likewise, this came to me over the past couple of days as well. The spiral. So when you turn a spiral, if you were to turn the spiral so it's not flat, you're not drawing it on the page. If you were to turn it on its side like that, it's
Yeah.
actually making the shape of the toroidal field going round and round and round.
Right.
So you go, let that go, and it becomes the toroidal field. And I've actually got a little lady who's having a cuppa who I put inside.
I love her.
So there you go. There we are. It's a bit rubbish because it doesn't go, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
So you know we've all got our own toroidal field, aura, or whatever, and this is what everything is, isn't it? So and if any of that gets blocked, cut off in any way, that's where we're not in flow. We're not in the flow of our own energy and our own energetic field. And these are really cool because you can roll them up and down your arm and all sorts of things. You can play with these. They're really great. And then they fold up again. So I'll put a little, I'll show you the pack later and all of that. I think Mila, I showed it to you, didn't I?
Yeah. Oh, she disappeared. That was funny. You're coming back now.
I'm
Hi.
coming back. I'm here. I'm here. So yes, so we tap on acupressure points. Why did I go into the toroidal field there? Because all of your energy meridians are connected to your organs. So what? And this is your amygdala.
I love this.
Okay, amygdala in the brain isn't this big, but this is what we do. And we want the amygdala to just be pumping nicely, gently, like this. And when we are feeling any sort of, when we're feeling threatened, we go into that fight, flight, or freeze response, and it gets bigger and bigger. Quite often, most people, especially if you're in any form of anxiety, PTSD type of things, it's going like this, really big. So what the so bear in mind, toroidal field, everything's energy, it's all connected in the body. This is your amygdala that we want to just be gently, nicely pumping out, all nice and calm like this. So that's what EFT helps us to do. It helps the amygdala in the brain say we're acknowledging what we're feeling as we're moving through the tapping points, and we say it in our own language, and then it helps the amygdala go, I'm safe, basically, and so that it comes back into that nice relaxed state. So we start here. So let's say if anybody wants to give me something that they've been feeling or experiencing. Overwhelm was coming to me today.
There's a
Would
lot
that
of
be a good one?
anxiety. A lot of anxiety.
Okay, let's go with anxiety. So we come here and you tap with the three fingers, although it's no hard and fast rule. It's just that we've got acupressure points in the ends of the fingers as well. So anything that's more helpful. So this is called the chopping point. And you tap here and you say, even though, and you just repeat after me. So you can say it in your head, you can say it out loud. Even though I feel all this anxiety, I'll just give you a minute to follow. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And you repeat this 3 times. Even though I feel all this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and honor myself. And you can mix up this with what you say. Even though I'm feeling all of this anxiety, it's affecting me in my day, making me feel uncomfortable. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I know that I'm okay. Have a nice deep breath and relax. There you go. Just let some of that go already, just by acknowledging what's happening. So then you come to tap the inside of the eye, and you can use 2 hands or 1 hand, one side. It doesn't really matter, whatever goes for you. So we keep giving the anxiety a name, or the feeling a name. All this anxiety. And then we go to the side of the eye, so just at the end of your eyebrow, not the temple, but just the end of the eyebrow. All this anxiety. Then we come to the underneath the eye. All this anxiety making me feel so uncomfortable. Then we go under the nose. All this anxiety. I don't feel like I can cope with it anymore. Then we go to the chin. This anxiety making me feel like I can't function as I want to in my day. Then we come to just inside the collarbones. You can do 2 or 1. All this anxiety. I don't want to feel like this all the time. Big deep breath. And release. Lovely. And then we go under. So you can pat for the ladies. It's a bit easier to pat under the arm on the bra line. Yeah. And you can we do this in dance, actually. We give ourselves a cuddle and a pat on the side.
I like that.
And give that there. I think that's liver and spleen, I want to say, although I'm not completely certain now that it's all connected anyway. All this anxiety, I'm really ready to let this go now. Okay, and then we make a little spider, top of the head, and you come round.
Oh, that's fun.
All of this anxiety. And this is great when you do it with children, which is another reason why I love it so much. All this anxiety, I'm ready to release this now. Okay, so that's all of your points. So take a breath there and just come to your heart space and do that. Breathe. And then relax the shoulders down as you breathe out. Let everything just go. Now, what we didn't do at the beginning, which we should have done, is it's called the SUDS rating. So you rate from 0 to 10 how intense the feeling of anxiety is within you, because I actually said this to one of my daughters over the past couple of days. Quite often people will say, my anxiety.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they're attaching themselves, they're owning it. So then they're attaching themselves to it, or letting it attach itself to them. So even though I'm feeling all of this anxiety, you're acknowledging that you're feeling it. And you're giving it a name because that's how we understand it right now. But all it's doing is bringing you into the present moment and allowing you to release that. So once you do that, you come into your heart space, give yourself a moment, and you've rated at the beginning the intensity from 0 to 10. And then you notice yourself how far that's come down just by acknowledging it. Okay. Yeah. So just that usually brings people down at least a couple of points. You want to get to it as near to 0 as you can. But then once you're as low as you can in the acknowledgement, and I have people effing and blinding in this, because sometimes they're coming up with anger. So I'm like, go with it. Say the words, say it in your words. So if anybody wants to practice this, make it your own. Say it in your own words, acknowledging what you're actually feeling in the way that you are. And to the extreme of whatever it is, allow yourself to move that through you, because then the good bit is, well, I mean, it's all good, but then you get to, so you only do the setup phrase 3 times, and then we come to, so I don't know if you want to join me in doing the next bit. if everyone wants to, if anyone is joining in. So we say, I'm ready to release this now. This feeling of anxiety, we go side of the eye, this feeling of anxiety is released from my body. Under the eye, I know that I am safe. Under the nose, I am free to be me. And then the chin, I am free to speak openly and honestly about what's happening within me. Breathe that in, release. And I own everything that is happening within me, and I honor it. I honor my journey. Under the arm, I am a magnificent being of light and love. And then to the top of the head, I'm feeling the joy flowing through my body as I release these feelings of anxiety. I'm ready to let all of this go now, and I breathe in the light of all that I am. We would go on longer for this, but I'm not going to right now. So I always like to finish with, and my girls always love this, I am safe, I am loved, and all is well in my world.
I love that.
And then I always come to the heart space and close your eyes. Take a moment, tune into you and say, I love you. And we say that 3 times. I love you. I love you. Breathe that in. Beautiful, magnificent beings. I love you.
That was awesome. Thank you. I wasn't even feeling any anxiety as far as I could tell, but I am so euphoric feeling right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I feel like I just got a massage.
They call it borrowing benefits. So when we do it as a group, so we can do one-on-one, but when we're doing it together, like anything, like with meditation, because it's a form of meditation. It's a form of, yeah, it is, isn't it? Energy healing practices. It's an acknowledging what's happening in our body, our vehicle, and yeah, so really beautiful when you can do it as a collective and together. It's called borrowing benefits, because quite often you're drawn together with the people at the same time that are experiencing very similar things.
Yeah. And you can see that the chat stopped. People were doing it.
Oh, you were?
No
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier, before you started tapping, the comments that Gina had made, she said that I'm going to go back to it real quick, because she's 65 now. When she was 40, she had a therapist that taught her this exercise, and it helped her to deal with trauma from childhood and shrink it all the way away.
Yes. Oh, beautiful, Gina. It is. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
That has been even more so than hypnotherapy for me, because that's what I didn't mention before. When I went and did the hypnotherapy training, they said you're already doing it without realizing, and all it is bringing people into that calm, relaxed place.
Yeah.
And acknowledging them so that they can then acknowledge themselves and what's happening within them. Yeah. It's just being in each other's space, really, really beautiful. When you said, I love you, my energy flushed and raised into higher vibration. Oh, thank you, Naveen.
Yeah, I'm happy you saw that. I was going to read that to you. I can feel everybody.
It's so lovely.
You know how balanced everybody feels right now. Like, Sherry's like, awesome. Thank you. We'll come back for affirmations and points. Oh yes, to do together. Yeah, I felt everybody doing it. Like, and this group effort. Oh my goodness, that was lovely tapping. Thank you, says Gina.
Oh, wonderful. Making me all emotional.
I joined in, says Tracy. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, great, guys. Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
the most common report right now when these energy flares, well, increases come in, is anxiety, which is why I mentioned anxiety
Mm-hmm.
specifically.
Mm.
You know, at an earlier time, almost a different lifetime, I had an anxiety stuff. I had stuff with anxiety too, until I actually discovered that I was uh, uh, acutely experiencing other people's concerns,
Yeah.
empathetically speaking, as an empath.
Yeah.
And once I, this is really fun because you said this. You said, you know, the I am statements that you used against us is
Mm.
how I would word what you said. Um,
Mm.
this, uh, I've learned over the course of, and it's interesting you mentioned 2021 because that was when I started my YouTube channel. Um,
Yeah.
but and it just there's an important moment in the shift of us sharing at that time. Um, Emotions are not actually in us. They're like, it's like, so to say that I am an emotion is to say that my foot is wet instead of the water on my foot is wet.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
Mm.
actually become your foot. You don't end
Mm.
up like a Play-Doh glob,
Mm.
think about more Play-Doh. You're gonna only
Yeah.
be you. And so understanding that it's outside of us also really does help in these types of modalities as well. Just with being aware of it, that you're, it's like it's a spring day and you're kind of like sweeping off the leaves of the winter that didn't get kind of taken care of, you know?
Mm. Yeah. 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 Beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And it's just allowing everything to move again,
Yeah.
like the toroid.
Yeah.
If there's anything, ooh, if there's anything that's blocking anything, not that there's like a physical thing to block, but you know,
Right.
because quite often it's thoughts, isn't it? It's the mind chatter, it's the things that we've been programmed into believing,
Yeah.
that then creates the sensation in the body,
Exactly.
but all helpful in a way. Because until you're paying attention, I always say you don't know I've got a conservatory and we're sat outside, just it's only very small, but I sit out there and look at the sky, and I was just you don't know you've got a leak until it rains.
Yeah. Right.
It's those sort of metaphors, isn't it, of, and you know, and analogies of, oh yeah, okay, you know, if you need to experience the anxiety to realize that there's something that you're out of alignment with, there's something that's not quite flowing right, or to
Yeah.
come back to the present, because anxiety is fear of future, something that hasn't even happened yet. So it's the thoughts that are going, "Ah."
Yep. It's those who have tuned into the nightly news, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
not saying any one person. It's just that, okay, I was asking because Spirit was telling me back in like 2022, maybe it was 23, I can't remember anymore, that group man or they were talking about group telepathic conversations that are being kind of brought into our awareness so we can participate in them. And it's a long rabbit hole, but it led to them explaining to me that the reason that thing, I actually asked about The Simpsons. Have you seen that phenomenon? They're
Yeah.
like, oh, they freaking predict
Yeah.
the future. What they
Hmm.
actually told me was it's the same example as the nightly news. And I'm like, well, what is that? You know, and they said, this is my guides and stuff. They said that people, nightly news tells you what to manifest, and they
Yeah.
utilize fear because fear will like bounce around in your brain longer than love for some reason.
Mm. Mm.
And they use fear to get us to think about it and think about it and think about it. And every time you do that, we are kind of participating in a manifestation, though, because it's such a low vibration and unlikely result. They have to enlist a lot of people. And then I
Mm.
thought about it. I remember that was the main thing about all my high school years. Every week you had social studies, and every week you had to
Mm.
produce proof that you had access to news. You had to bring in a
Yeah.
newspaper clipping. You had
Oh,
to, yeah.
yes.
Remember that conditioning?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we did.
That's group manifestation on purpose. They're
Yeah.
choosing. wars aren't actually happening until they tell you they're
They would
happening.
make displays of it, wouldn't they? And like you have the board, and it's like, yeah, but putting
Yep.
things on the board, you know, current news, current
Yep.
affairs.
Yep. And you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
know it. You have to be afraid, and
yeah,
it might be drafted, and like the clickbait kind of crap.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
and in the earlier time, it was the child on the corner of the block, like
yeah,
yelling out the news,
mm, yeah,
devastation. Read all
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this
The
is an
headline,
example
the
of that.
extremism, isn't it? The what's it called? Oh, I can't think of my words. Can't remember. It's not glamorize.
Exaggerate? Oh no, I can't. No.
No, you know what I mean. Sensationalize.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Sensationalize
Yeah.
the rubbish stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And the terror and the yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're kind of doing, and now we're doing the opposite. We're owning once again our own
Mhm.
power and doing
Mhm.
that. I don't remember what we were talking about that led me to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
The
um
Simpsons, you said about the Simpsons.
yeah, but there was like a file path that went back like 5 points. That's how my head works.
Yeah.
But and there
But
is
even
always a
that,
file path.
they will use all of those, like you say. If is it the Simpsons are have they just predicted it right, or are they being
Right.
used and manipulated in the same way? Because there might be not be some people that watch the news, so let's get them in the cartoons, let's get them in the movies, let's get them in. Although likewise, lots of movie metaphors, all the Marvel movies and the Truman Show and all of these ones that we know that it's the truth in plain sight.
Yeah.
Free Guy. I think I was saying in the comments
Free Guy, Truman
on
Show.
yeah, I was saying in the comments on Sunday, I keep getting this message that I'm free Caz.
I love that. I
That's
love that.
it feels like, because like in my reality, it's almost like I'm the weird one. I'm the one that's going, oh, I'm gonna have a different coffee today. And she goes, what? And the whole everything starts glitching. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
what she's doing? She's having a coffee different.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I think it was Cara that we were having a little chat on Sunday,
Yeah.
and I was saying my name, Caroline, actually means free woman.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. So I was saying I actually am free, Caz.
Yeah. And there's a song and all kinds of
Yeah,
that's fun.
but
Yeah, there's a lot hidden in plain sight. That's actually why Elsa's in my shows called um
mm.
Unlocking the Unhidden, or I can't remember how I worded it. Those uncoding the unhidden or something. Um
Yeah.
there's a couple of questions in the audience, by the way, that I don't
Okay.
forget
Yeah.
to get to. I have seen you guys, by the way. I skipped by one, but I didn't skip you. Here it is. Let me come back to you. Do you mind that I change the topic like this? Does it seem like you had a point? You were going someplace. Were you going someplace with it, with the
Oh,
Truman
possibly
Show?
not.
Okay.
No, no.
Yeah, you're like
Woo!
we are the flow of the river. We are not the banks. The banks
We are.
are there to dissolve in our wake.
Hallelujah.
Where exactly to tap to raise our vibration instantly in our body, like the top of the head. Where to do it? So where exactly on the top of the head are you supposed to be touching when you're tapping?
On with the head, it's really, because obviously you've got lots of points
Yeah.
in the head. So if you do the spider, there isn't an exact point, although exactly to raise our vibration instantly in our body. So it is really about acknowledging what's actually happening and giving yourself the time,
Right.
not rushing. We've spent our life rushing and being told that we need to do things quickly. So
Right.
it's acknowledging, giving yourself the moment and the time, and the more you give yourself the time, the quicker it will then happen. The release happens more quickly. You just find that that's what happens. Although if you are experiencing anxiety to the point of where it's feeling like a panic attack, I don't know if people, I've heard of quite a few people of late saying that it's sort of getting to that point. and they might not understand or know how to do tapping. But if you squeeze two fingers on your opposite hand, I mean, I think it works in the same premise. You can't have a panic attack while you're doing that, but I think it works in the same premise of calming the amygdala in the brain.
Or you can play with
Yes.
both.
Yeah.
This whole time,
Yeah.
this is what I've been doing. Like you just go down one finger. It's the same thing that her
Yeah.
toroidal field, which
Yeah.
we actually reestablish our toroidal field in almost every one of the guided meditations that we do. Like, and it
Yeah.
looks just like that. It's like it goes through a diamond chakra above our crown chakra. This big diamond that's like got 144 cuts. So then
Oh.
it like, and then it bends, it prisms, the light prisms from above, from above, coming up and going down, and it prisms out and arcs and comes back up through your root chakra. And when it joins, then all of a sudden you have like all those rings that you showed. That's only it's 144 different hues, different colors. Yeah, that. And it's like, and it's meant to cycle. So like the little ring, it's meant to constantly spin like this and cycle through your body. And the more we do it, the thicker and wider it gets, longer it gets. And then we can connect it to each other's toroidal fields as we walk down. Like that 6 foot distancing thing. There's a
Oh, that
reason.
was clever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do that in dance classes as well. I get them to tickle each other's aura.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Have a tickle. Oh, you feel so good. Oh, I feel you.
I've never heard of tapping combined with dancing before, but now I can't unsee it. That's so freaking cool. What a great idea. That's brilliant. Good job. Good job.
I've actually done a video which is on a Dosa channel of one of the routines. So there's a gorgeous songwriter as well, artist called Jordan Hart. He's independent, so he seems like he's the stuff that he puts together, beautiful music, just beautiful music. And his song just really touched me, which is called, funnily enough, Freedom.
Oh, that's
and so I've done a dance routine, and it's not actual tapping in the way that we've just done it. It's I don't know if you've heard of Donna Eden.
no,
So she does Donna Eden energy medicine. So she does different energy healing practices. So it's called emotional freedom techniques, and tapping is just one of them. So there's also, as a practitioner, I then learned that there's lots of other ways that you can activate and move the energy through you, and work with the energy in that way. So Donna Eden, she's an older lady and has she's amazing. Her channel and it's energy medicine, I think it's called. Definitely worth looking up. And
awesome.
she's such a lovely little, she's healed herself basically from, I think she had things going on with her back. So some of the practices she does, like a morning practice, and I've taken a bit of what I do, a bit of what she shares, and put it with this piece of music. And we do it at the end of every class. And my ladies don't even really know what they're doing, but they just know that it feels so good. They thought I was bonkers when I first started teaching it to them. But now if we don't do it, they don't like not doing it, because they I mean, all the rest of the class is great, but that particular, and I've just recently filmed it and put it on the YouTube channel so that people can do it themselves.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's there. It's free for anyone who would like it.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what I'd love to do, is share. I created Communiteams initiative, it was called, because I want to go in and show and teach. Especially, it's brilliant for children.
Yeah, this is amazing for every
in these new schools, and whichever way we're going, showing this, teaching this to I want to teach leaders to then be able to share it with their students, parents with their children. Obviously it starts with the individual, but yeah, I would love to do that. But the gift in being able to do that in the dance, these ladies are at an age where they've got children, grandchildren, husbands,
Mhm.
So it's filtering out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're coming to me and they're saying, oh, my husband said so and so, so and so thing, or have you got any, where they thought I was a bit bonkers to start with. My grandchild is struggling with anxiety or whatever. So I recently did a tapping video for anxiety, which is on the channel as well. Just I've done lots of stuff like that over the years, but it's bringing it back into these two channels now so that it's not so spread all over the place.
That's awesome. And I'm
Yeah.
happy to check out. I'm actually going to put as much of your contact information as I have in the description of this video after we're done airing. I didn't have all of it exactly.
Yeah.
You gave me some of the stuff. I just didn't get consent to tell people about your email or
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
But,
please do. Yeah.
so if I will share that, but because there is this question here from Vegan Vixen, Caz, I'm not too
Oh.
far from you. I'm in South
Oh
Wales.
wow.
How can I contact you, please, regarding an appointment?
Yeah. Amazing, Vegan Vixen. That's so. I've seen you comment so many times in the chats.
Yeah,
It's
she's
lovely
like
that
a
you're that
regular. If you don't
close.
see her, in fact, a while ago, I
Yes.
saw her finally pop up, and I saw her say, "I don't know why, but my comments aren't posting." And I'm like, "Well, just post it."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, Mila, did you say you're going to put everything in the
I will. I will put it
in
in
the
the
thing? Or
description. Not long after we
amazing, yeah,
transferred here, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can do things online. I can do. This is my little officey studio. I've got a little chaise long if people want the hypno experience.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, again, you see that part of things has gone a little bit quiet for a moment. It's been about bringing being in the community,
Yeah.
being back
Yeah.
out in the community, and being actually with people and helping people and myself
Right.
in
Yeah, it's
that
interesting
space.
how consistent that is for a lot of people right now. It's just like there's this
Yeah.
multi thing. Like a lot of the people I talk to, they do both. Like they,
Mm.
like take sessions, like they were talking about here, and then they also like, you know, they're a masseuse. So you're taking
Yeah.
in, or what you do is
Yeah.
very much like that. Only it's just everybody at the same time, and which is
Yeah.
can be a lot. You
Yeah.
know, but
And I think that's another reason why I was sort of felt like to do the tapping at the end of each session,
yeah,
because you get, it's a bit like being a hairdresser in a way. They come along and it's like, and this has happened and that's happened. And like you said, as an empath,
yeah,
that's like, it's a lot. It can become a lot. So then it's like, okay, we've done all of that now. We leave the troubles at the door. And the amount of them that say, I mean, even me in that space for an hour, there's nothing else going on.
yeah.
It is a form of meditation. And I know you say about dancing it out all the time, don't
Oh
you,
yeah, oh
Maddie?
yeah.
It's a brilliant way to shift things. And we're doing choreographed routines, but like I say, I'm bringing in the let's engage with each other, look each other in the eye, twinkle each other's auras. Let's do it, let's have a cuddle, and like I say, they don't really know what they're doing. They just know that it feels good.
Yeah, yeah. That's all that really matters, I suppose. Like using the intention increases anything that you do if you're
Of
in
course.
awareness and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, and we do sessions with meditation that with individuals who don't have visualization skills at all, and but they feel it, and
Mm.
they sometimes a lot of individuals will like feel like they're asleep, but then start to come out of it at the end. It's because
Mm-hmm.
your higher self took the steering wheel and you need to get out of the way, dude. We got some stuff to do. you know
Yeah.
Go play with your toys for a minute. It's kind of
That's
what it
it.
feels
Yeah.
like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that about the ego or the inner child. That when there's something that you need to acknowledge or look at, I say it's the toddler tugging at the leg.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm still here. You're going to give me attention yet? Or in a similar vein, the ego, and it's sort of aligned with the still childlike, isn't it, in its way of protecting us or whatever. But it's like, yes, it's okay. I'm driving the car now. You sit in the back and have your ice cream or whatever. I've got this. We're good. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
isn't it? And again, that's the same as it's the same as this, isn't it? Where that's
Right.
going,
I
ah.
like your example of the anxiety, like because
Yeah.
I spent the first few decades of my life with CPTSD, and
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I connect to any of that anymore. But that visualization that you showed me, I'm like, I've never seen a better representation of what I've seen energy since I had my first near death experience at 4. So
Yeah.
that, and the way it like had that, it had tracer in the in because you did it so fast. There was a tracer. That's really what it looks like.
Mm.
It was, you did so good with that. That's the best
Oh,
visual I've ever seen.
yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Something told me. So
yeah.
have the visual aids. So
I
thank you.
love
Thank you
visual
for
aids.
that.
Spirit's
Mm.
always teasing us all the time, all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You all and your visual aids, like
Yeah.
it's, you know, I get a
Do you
lot of
know, I was going to ask you about that, because even this is a bit more of a personal question, really, because um, that connection with, like I say, there was one time when I channeled Ashtar. I had to ask who it was. I was typing, and then all of a sudden it was this. I asked a question, and it just flowed and came out, and written. And then I was like, "Who is this?" Because it's not me, and it was like Ashtar, and I had to look up at the time
yeah, yeah,
who that was. And so I went through a time where it was it was a bit like that, where I felt very channeled. I felt spirit, like, connected,
yeah,
and then not. And it's that, what I felt was, or kept getting again, I'm saying not feeling connected, not in the same way as in,
yeah,
it was like it's now you've got to embody spirit. You've
yeah,
got to be the beingness of, rather than get the answers from outside. You've got to be it.
right,
But
yeah.
I don't know, because is that sort of how it works, I
Oh
suppose
yeah.
I'm
Well,
asking. I
well, if
suppose
okay,
we're all learning.
yes, it's and it's there's no real manual either, So it's like,
No.
um, what I have the experience for, and so everyone's experience is going to be slightly different, but it's everyone's pretty close when it comes to this kind of stuff. Is that any gift that we call them gifts? They're just giving our stuff back to us.
Mm.
It's not like it's
Yeah.
someone else going out and picking something out at the store. This is yours. It's in fact you're unburdening them by they don't have to carry your purse anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it is, and so. But as you are first being shown this thing, whatever it happens to be, um, it's really intense and
Mm.
profound. It's like a psychedelic experience in some cases, and then
Mm.
all of a sudden, crickets, and it's like, why did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, what it is they showed you the spiritual muscle, so now you know it's there. Now it's made an imprint on you. It impacted you in such a way you're not going to forget,
Mm.
and you're going to start to try to figure out how to get to that place that you were shown was there. It's
Mm.
similar to being a child in a car seat and going to a location and then years later returning as an adult, never having seen the path and how to get there, and
Yeah.
trying to find out how to get to your favorite location,
Yeah.
and some trial and error, asking around. And so this is true for every one of our spiritual gifts,
Mm.
every one of, and specifically when it comes to channeled messages, I find that we each have our own unique flow mechanism that works best for us.
Mm.
Though one thing consistent across the board is utilizing the water. Water amplifies spirit in a
Yeah.
way that is unmatched by anything
Mm.
else.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, tapping in the shower also
you know
is
what?
amazing.
You've reintroduced tapping into I remember this being a thing, but now it's like, oh my gosh, like,
Mm-hmm.
and the bra line one, that one was always confusing because everyone acts all embarrassed about it, and they never
Mm.
demonstrate.
Ah, really?
Yeah, so now I have a better background or understanding of what that
Yeah.
part is. But
Just give yourself a cuddle.
yeah, yeah, it's really funny how people act all, I don't know. But anyway, and then the channeling mechanism. often is found in writing, but most often I find it in when you're kind of making weird noises. It's not light language. It's different than what I'm talking about. It's just like what I so I knew every step for 6 years, starting in 2017, because I was doing dishes and I was singing a song, and I let the words change. They were perfectly rhymed. I'm not a rhyming whiz like this, like, and they told me what was going to happen, and everything that was said in that song happened. And I
Wow.
needed to know those things, you know, and including me purging all of my belongings. That was the last part of that 6 years, and then I came out here. Um,
Mm.
anyway, and it was I was the in the jungle, the mighty jungle, whatever that song is called. I
Yeah,
can't
the lion sleeps
the light
tonight.
yet. That song, and then I just released any of the words, and then all of a sudden, it started to tell me until I was done with the dishes because I was playing with the water. Until I was done with the dishes, I heard, and then from that point, I was also reminded to tell earlier when you were talking uh, that often we hear it in our own voice. That
Yeah.
is the part that,
Yes.
right? So if you're hearing a voice or a message through voice, and let's be honest, about 90% of all creation is channeled. Scripts, songs, art of any form, spirit
Yeah.
speaks melodic messages. So in music for sure, and when you're channeling, allowing yourself to be open to the awareness that it might not be coming from you actually gets you off the hook. Because then you
Yeah.
don't have to like be like, oh, I'm so, whatever, because we have
Yeah.
worse stuff we're still healing, right?
Yeah.
So, and then last part of that is, you know, uh, I just wanted to add this little, I don't know, for me, it's proof. There's a thing, a phenomenon, just before I got kicked off of Facebook, like you had mentioned,
Yeah.
um, people talking about, there were people who don't have the ability to hear, or they don't hear their own voice in their head.
Mm.
And there was this
Yeah.
whole thing, and there was like a whole split. 1/3 of the planet do, and the rest don't. Is how it
Wow.
worked out. And it's interesting because the Bible says that 1/3 are the awakened ones.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And um, I'm saying this because if you're a natural channel, it's often, we often think it's our thoughts that we're doing. We are
Mm.
narrating our day when it's
Yeah.
actually often, you can feel it though. Like
Yeah.
when I'm in channeling state, it's a different, they speak
Yeah.
more precisely. There's a different
Mhm.
vocabulary. It's
Mhm.
my vocabulary, but not the one I use often, and
And
so
it does just flow, doesn't it? It's not like a like me then trying to find my words. You're not searching for words. It's just it's there. You're
yeah,
just allowing it. You're aligned with it,
yeah,
and it comes a lot in metaphors.
yeah,
Seeing a lot in metaphors, like I said about you don't know it's you've got a leak until it rains. That or these seeing things in metaphors. So yeah, I suppose that it's all that would tie in with the embodying it and just being it, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Rather than thinking that it's coming out down as a great big voice. And who is that?
yeah,
It's you.
yeah.
It's you.
Very real, very much. We are actually our higher selves, and we're our higher self, and we're
Yeah.
like we're merging, in
Mhm.
all these different layers and levels. You know,
Mm.
I actually don't care what someone's name is if they don't care. And therefore, I don't always know the name of the person telling me the message. I communicate with energy and with this love sharing. I think the difference is, and I'm not saying this is the right or wrong way, but I think it's because I had that near death experience that kind of started all this stuff when I was 4, and then I've had multiple, but that's my profound moment where it's like my life changed. And then, but because I was still growing up, a lot of these things are just, it's, you figure out your own language with energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like for instance, Archangel Michael, I called Bob for years and years and years because, yeah,
Right.
because he doesn't care what his name is, because his name,
Mhm.
Archangel Michael, Mikhail is not his name. That's
Yeah.
a title. It's got nothing to do with what he would call himself. Just as we all don't resonate with our names, it's kind of a fun thing in the population of the awakened group.
Mm.
Um, but because of that, they'll only introduce themselves if I specifically ask, because there's that shared knowing that it doesn't matter. I
Mm.
feel their heart. I feel their love and intention. I
Mm.
often will be able to tell you that they feel ancient. I can
Mm.
tell you characteristics about them. I can even tell you what they their voice sounds like or compare it to something. I can
Mm.
tell you a lot of their masculine, feminine energy, all these different things.
Mm.
The things I care about and that things that matter in the message that is being delivered. But
Mm.
I got Ashtar one time and I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But everybody has who is meant to connect to them at that moment,
Mm.
and it was really profound for me when that happened.
Mm. Mm.
Like, don't discount any one of your experiences. If it's
Mm.
Barney that's being channeled through you, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, it's important, for
Barney
that
and the
moment.
golden egg.
Yeah. I
My
actually
older
went through.
children used to watch that.
Did
It was
they?
great. Yeah.
That's
The movie one, Barney with the golden egg. I loved it. It was fabulous.
Wow, that's a whole bunch of code that you just dropped.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's funny.
And
It's
Barney's pink.
oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's very perfect that you brought this up too, because a lot of people are getting gifts for the first time right now and they're not sure
Mm.
what to do. And a lot of people get kind of worried
Yeah.
when they first start getting these things. They're not sure what to do with it, how to use it, what
Mm.
is it for.
Mm.
And you know what, I the first, if 8 to 14 seconds of a thought is not yours. What you
Yeah.
choose to do with it, it's like the advertisement that it's like, I was just telling somebody else about this, but it's like, do you want this one? No. How about this one? How about this one? How about this one? And until you
Yeah.
hold it up, it won't, you know. And sometimes it's not messages or energies that are favorable to you, and you can feel that. That's that moment of like anxiety that pops in, and like the suddenly the fear. What about that thing that happened when I was 5?
Yeah.
Like there's those things that happen, and that doesn't doesn't originate from us.
No.
It comes from outside of us, and it's trying to get you to click and instead of swipe,
Yeah.
right?
Mm. Yeah.
So you can choose.
Yeah. And that again, when you're coming back to tapping, then if you whether it could be the physical sensation, it could be the emotion, whatever label, again, because we're moving through that thing where there's words or spells. There's that side of things and the etymology of things and all of that, which is really fascinating and interesting. I think it's
Yeah,
brilliant, and the way that it's been used. But then actually, when you take all of the labels away, and you're then just dealing with thought, energy, physical sensation, that's where we're going, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Without, and some things we're not meant to know yet. We're
Right.
just allowing it this in the surrender and the allowing, where we're then moving through whatever it is. And I mean, even the EFT has been amazingly helpful. And I think we're coming into a time where it's going to be really helpful for people again. It's like rediscovering the tool when you need it the most. You find it again, don't you?
Yeah,
But they're going to become obsolete because people are. It's just going to take. It's going to be that bridging thing, that bridging tool that allows us to go, oh, okay, I've not been paying attention. Now I am.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
it'll all just start to happen naturally, won't it? And be back in the flow of it all. And the same with channeling, the same with the beingness of what just in the experience of whatever's happening right now.
yeah, yeah. And allowing yourself to release those things that we kind of associate with identity often are
Mm-hmm.
connected to this other frequency that we're trying to release,
Yeah,
and so once we do it, like you said, the 21-day challenge that you did with this,
yeah,
um, this same kind of example is remembering every time to let it go again. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
Instead of judging self and being like, oh, I did it
Mm-hmm.
again, just
Yeah.
release it again, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
might end up having little bruises on these little tap parts spots for a minute. Be gentle with yourself. You don't have to hit it very hard, you know? But like,
Oh, I've done the whole snotty cry. You
yeah,
know, there's like it
yeah,
coming out of every orifice, and you're tapping it, and then all of it. You know, it must be in my hair and all of that. I've been there, done
yeah,
that part of it, and but that's good
yeah,
because again, you know, we've been not shown that that's okay to crumble, and I think that's part of the not grieving, the complicated grief thing with my mum is that, you know, I wasn't allowed to. I
right.
had to keep everything together. I had to be this, you know, big sister. I had to be this mum and make sure my kids were all right. And I had to, you know, excuse, throat chakra clearing now.
Yeah,
Look, it's, you know, the needing to fulfill all of the roles and the boxes, and I felt like if I crumble, if I go, I'm not going to come back. And I think that's another fear,
yeah,
is if we allow ourselves to go to that place. Some things have been so overwhelmingly painful, but then again, I feel or see as well that with some of these addictive behaviors or patterns, it's almost like we've just given our power to them for a minute,
yeah.
because it's too much to do all at once until we're ready to take it back.
Oh, yeah,
So isn't it? It's like you said earlier.
yeah,
Yeah, we're sort of stepping into that time now, and but the way that we're doing that again, I'm noticing this with the more we all went like spiritual. Let's find all that side, but now it's like, right, get back in the community, get back with people, get back connecting with, whether it's online or in, you know, in wherever,
yeah,
reconnect with self, what's going on within, sharing experiences, looking each
yeah,
other in the eye, hearing each other's voice, touching where we can.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was a good croaky moment for me then.
Yeah, I actually noticed a real serious throat chakra thing happening when we were doing the tapping. When you got to that part where you,
Yeah.
I don't remember what you said, but it had to do with we were tapping here and then releasing, and we were allowed to speak our truth. You know, that
Mm,
really hit home for me. It was really awesome to release,
mm.
open that up. You
Yeah,
know,
beautiful.
I can say that, um, you know, each one of us need to fall all the way apart in order to put ourselves back together the correct way. The
Mm,
most correct is I've always didn't like those quizzes, those tests. The I don't know why I always end up with professors like that when I was in college, but there was people that would show up, you know, they would always have the test and every one of the freaking answers was right, was correct. But there was one that was most correct. And
yeah.
that one, oh man, and I had such I had testing anxiety thing
Yeah.
because at the time I actually didn't know that I was smart. I've been told my whole life I was stupid over and over and over again. It was meant as a
Mm,
replacement for a swear word. And
yeah.
instead, it turned into an identity thing. And
Wow.
anyway, um, what I'm saying, though, I don't know why I even told you that story. Circling back, is that the most correct, you know, that was what I meant. Is that so?
Mm. And correct for who?
Right, for you,
That's the thing. Yeah.
for
And
whoever it
yeah,
is.
because that's what we've been shown, isn't it? As we've come into a world that was already like this.
Right.
You know, haven't we? It was like, and then judging ourselves, comparing ourselves. You know, we're supposed to be in this box of this, you know, this isness and that isness, and
Yeah,
what do you know? Who am I? And all we want to do is love, connect, be.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
excuse
awesome.
me.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
we actually should probably start to wrap the show up
yeah.
anyway because we've been on for about an
How
hour
long
and
has
a half.
it been?
Hour
Hour
and
and
a
a
half.
half.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
wow.
been a fun chat though. I really didn't want to say goodbye, but I'm also having
Yeah.
throat chakra stuff. I think I need to go have a big giant glass of water.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
but man, I just want to say thank you. Oh no, she left again. She'll be right back. The timing was perfect. That's so funny. Um, I just want to
Yeah.
say thank you for, man, you really helped all of us. I know anybody who's gonna, if you missed it earlier, please rewind it. Please go to and see this awesome tapping demonstration. We were guided through the tapping, and you can also connect with Caz Kelly at Odessa Love. Is that how you say it?
It's a dose of love.
Dosa. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's okay. That's okay.
dot
It's
com.
actually a dose of. It's based off a
Ah,
dose
I
of,
got it.
and
Yeah.
it's affirmation, dopamine. I'm having to look at this as I'm saying it. Oxytocin, serotonin.
Awesome.
It's all of the good feeling
I love
stuff.
that. So that's
Yeah.
her website. There's another one too that I'm gonna post later. And I don't know how to, I couldn't pull that off. That's when my computer started to get, but if you put in at a dose of love on YouTube, you'll go to her channel. So that's what that's
Yeah.
showing you
I
there. So
think
you
it's
can
a
find.
dose of love 8, actually.
Oh, okay.
It might be a
No, I
dose of
didn't
love
show.
8. I'm
Oh,
not
probably that's
sure.
probably the question mark. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And uh like I'll also have that in or in the description of this video not long after we end. I have a couple of things to really say just very quickly commercial.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just reminding everybody I'm not going to go live on Sunday as I normally do. That's my daughter's birthday, though. I will be doing the normal live Q&A this Friday. So day after tomorrow, we'll be going live at a normal time that we do on Sunday/Monday, depending on your hemisphere. And just we will be back to our normal scheduled program after that. Also, a reminder for anyone who's interested in talking about the importance of community and spiritual connectedness. We are having our regular Zoom meeting today, starting in an hour and what is that? In an hour and 18 minutes or something like that. Um, no, I'm not. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was translating the wrong direction. Yeah, so if you want to join for that, you'll see that in the community section of the YouTube channel. I've also put it in Telegram for anyone who wants to join that call. That's free. And lastly, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, you really did change my day today. So I want to say
Oh,
thank you. And I'm very interested in the fact that you use tapping with dance. Like to me, like that is like introducing butter to potato, like
tasty.
yeah, yeah, it's so perfect. Like they belong,
Mm,
and
mm.
I cannot wait to show my kid.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And please, loads of love for Maddie for many happy returns.
Thank you very much, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome this year. It's been amazing how generous everyone has been, and I was in a situation last year, which my mom died the day before her birthday, so then it was like,
Yeah.
This year gets to be like what she really want her day to be like, and I'm
Yeah.
just so thrilled and overwhelmed with gratitude for
Yeah.
everyone in this community. It's just been amazing. It's just been amazing. So,
As are you. Shining a
oh,
light.
well, thank you.
Very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. And anytime you want to come back on the show, you are always welcome.
Yeah.
I feel like I've not had a time where I didn't know you. So I
Yeah.
really would love for you to come back at some point if you'd
Yes,
like.
I would love to. I would love to. I
Okay.
feel the same. I feel the same. The nudge was definitely right, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was perfect time. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
reached out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank
Thank you,
you
Mila.
all of you in the audience too. That was
Yeah,
a really cool
amazing.
response.
Yeah. Can I see comments afterwards and stuff?
Yeah, so you won't be able to see any of the Facebook ones unless you go to Facebook. Um,
Okay.
there are four people on Facebook right now and 40 on the YouTube channel, so it ends up being 44. If though you go back to the replay on Facebook, you'll see those comments. Go back to the
Yeah.
replay, though. I believe it takes sometimes 24 hours for the comments to come up again for you to be able to re-watch them.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's fab. Anyway, thank you, everyone. It's been the energy from everyone has been wonderful as well. So thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that was
Great
awesome.
space.
Yeah. Well, sending you all so much love and those who are joining
Lots of love.
too, and I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Aho blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.